the opposition said was that it's because they know that he knows that he's going to lose the next election. So he's signing it because it is in favor of him. I remember many years ago when Obasanjo was done with his 2 terms and he tried to do the 3rd term thing, and people were like, bro, what you doing, sir? That kind of thing. Is that what is as at play here? Or like what exactly is going on? Yes, Sumba, go ahead.
For me, you people should allow Papa Obasanjo.
Oh no, I'm not dragging him.
Hold on. Ebora will allow the back. He has consistently denied that he ever asked for a 3rd term or you know, from anybody, and anyone could come out to say. So I want to take his word for it. Let's leave that on one side.
Okay.
Now, the issue is we have consistent danger in our politics in Nigeria. Why? Because every arm of government has been subsumed in the executive. Now, you know what it's supposed to be. The reason why we have representatives, okay, and whether at the lower level or at the upper level, is because, you know, they are put there, as their name implies or their title implies, to represent the people. In other words, to put forth the will and the choices of the people when they are considering a matter. Therefore, in an ideal assembly, the legislators are not supposed, when there's a bill on the ground, or, you know, an issue on the ground to decide on, they are not paid, or they are not put there to go and express their own individual choice or desire. They are supposed to get back to their constituencies, get the feel of their people, how, you know, what do they want? How do you want us to vote? And then they go and vote in accordance with the will and choices of the people. That is not what obtains in Nigeria. Now, even if they didn't go back to their constituencies, they could feel, I mean, it's so easy to read the room, Fumi and Rose. Everybody knows that it's not just about opposition parties. It's about the will of the people on the streets, the ordinary Nigerians, okay? Now, the first thing that was done against Nigerians, the first coup, was for the National Assembly, both the lower and the upper houses, to come and to pass that bill in the midst of so much opposition. So they did the first damage. And then, you know, they killed Nigerians, and then the president, who has executive powers, because I'm seeing now that we are also trumping, we are also doing executive orders. God will help us. So now, the one with those executive powers now signed it in the midst of the uproar, in the midst of protest and all of that. So what the legislators killed, he buried. All right. And you know, I shudder to think at the level of reasoning of the so-called, you know, politicians or people in government in this country. Because if a president who promised us life, I mean, there's a trending video where he said, when he was campaigning, if within my first 4 years I don't give you 24-hour electricity supply or whatever, don't vote for me in the next election. He said it. It is on record. The video is flying everywhere. Now, this is for almost 4 years. You have not delivered on that so-called promise. If anything, it has gone worse. We have the national grid collapsing every hour. I know what we are suffering here. Okay, I'm running on 10 now. Now, the issue is you now have the effrontery to now come and say to Nigerians that you signed into law a bill that is under so much opposition because, you know, of power failure, you know, and what did they call it? The broadband. You know, and let me also tell you, we have seen that there's a connection between internet supply and power. Anytime there is no power, go and check. The internet supply is horrible. I've even heard from from those who should know that these internet providers themselves, when there is no power, they turn off their stuff from about 12 midnight. Because the cost of supplying, is it diesel or is it whatever, is expensive. So the best stations that they use, what do you call it, a generator or whatever to run, okay, it's too expensive for them to maintain. So in Nigeria, it's not even Nigeria, everything runs on the wheel of power all over the world. So if for me, it is gross irresponsibility on behalf of the president, and it is. I wonder for how long we're going to take Nigerians for granted. It is irresponsibility. It is it is this same spirit of arrogance. What are they going to do? Do you understand? What are they going to do? It's like I'm hearing Babangida echo again. I want people to know that we're not just in government, we're in power. That is a show of brutal force, brutal power that is being, displayed here. I just, I when I look at things like that, I am quiet and I'm just biding my time, because look, nobody continues the abuse of power forever. Something is going to shift. What he has done is that he has put the elections at risk already. He has put the lives of Nigerians at risk already, because look, it is not me predicting evil. I'm not a doomsday sayer, but here is violence on the streets as I can see. We just can't. I can continue on and on, but for me, let's move on. Moving on.
It is 10 minutes past 8. We are live on YouTube. You're switching into Women Radio 91.7 FM. This is the Daily News Review. My God. My name is Fumi. Rose is here, and that was the voice of Sumbo that you just heard. I'm just reeling from everything that Sumbo has said. Rose, yes, over to you, I beg.
Yeah, I guess some things you just look at it and, like Sumbo said, let's just move on. Because when you want to dwell on the issues, a lot of times, even you
we have a call. Sorry to interrupt you, Rose. We have a call. Hello, good morning. Benjamin, Women Radio is muted.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, madam. I've been listening to you or later all what Madam is saying, and I tried to give all that. And yesterday I called on this line up to center, somebody speaking.
Sorry about that.
But thank God, the person, the analyst that came, spoke my mind. And that's always the problem. If we are willing to change this, and we change, starting from rent, we can live in that. You know how much I first pay when I entered there? 59. 50 naira. 50 naira, that's where I'm still living today, but I'm not paying the same 50 naira. The 50 naira I used, the room then was 30 naira. The flat was 70 naira, some 100 naira. Now, the same house now in that same area, where they renovated it, they're not calling 2.5 million. 2.5 million, 1.8, it's now 2.3 million. Sometimes when I say we don't love our country, we don't love ourselves, it's in my face. I know the government, they are their own, like what Emmanuel used to say. I think there's any difference between us and the government, because some of us will get they are going to do the work. What is this in this life? That you know that this morning, I'm calling from Agege General. You know, this part this morning, when you come there, so many people that want image or the other. Yes, can be at the moment, but here we are going to what matter most. Because what I used to say, we need to love ourselves, we need to love our country first. So you can move this decision first, even of course, because the majority of contribution of what is happening in Nigeria today. Some of that are complaining now, we are once there. We are not getting, we are once of the opposition. Now we are getting there, we refuse to do the right thing. So who then do the right thing? Like analysts said, we need to have the fear of God and do the right thing. If you all can have that fear of God and do the right thing, Nigeria will change for better. Each one of us don't need to say because government is not doing the right thing. We also will not do the right thing. And like you say, we don't want this country to change. We didn't want it to. This country was not like this. I retired and over 2 years. I'm not being able to access my pension. Who is it? This Tinubu that they are coming to tell these young people that after seeing everything, NIM, everything, it's all ditch everything. They are still pushing me up and down. If I don't have children that take care of me, tell me where will I be? This is a Nigerian, and we are not passing. I don't know what you are passing for. I don't know. Muslim are passing, Christian are passing. After he went on doing evil, doing that, how do you expect God to hear our prayers? Let us change this game. If you keep on doing the same thing, keep on doing the same thing. One different way. Let us all do anywhere I am. It start from me. And don't just look at what others are doing. Because one day you can do anything and God is watching us all. I've enjoyed this country before. When dollar was 4 naira, even a naira to a dollar. When people have the fear of God. And just we don't go to church because we don't have as many churches and mosques as are today. But why is it today? Many churches and more people, evil is not like corruption has become our culture. Evil, corruption, wickedness. Why? I think God had already helped us. We are the problem of this country. If we all can do that, and each one will change to it. I still believe that this country will be great again. We should always learn to do that. But if you do and get it, God is watching us. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you so much for your call. Before you go ahead, Rose, we have some messages. Beautiful morning to you all in the studio. Can we all see how criminal-minded your so-called leaders are? Can we see your president rushed in hours to sign the electoral bill into law? So at this age and time, this man cannot have a change of heart. Is this what you people call smartness and master strategy? I thought when one is up to 70 years, he will go closer to his creator for full repentance. It's quite unfortunate that we have such characters in power. Tinubu has disappointed himself and his followers, not to people like us. For FCT, election is between Wike and the voters in Abuja, and it's going to be APC versus Nigerians come 2027. We are smarter now. Oh God, arise and trouble those are troubling Nigerians. That's Mayor from Ikotunigwe. Next up, we have good morning to you in the studio. Kudos to Mr. President for signing in the law. And I disagree with some people who say we should not back it up with manual. National Assembly has done the right thing by putting manual backup as an alternative, because sometimes we send text messages, WhatsApp and others, and it won't deliver until 24 hours. Which network are you using? And sometimes 3 days after, just say you don't have data and you don't have credits. If National Assembly fails to include manual backup, it's like we want calamity to fall on Nigeria, and those who stood against manual backup did not wish the government and Nigeria well. Thank God for intelligent people in the National Assembly who have done the right thing. Long live Nigeria. And it's good that Mr. President quickly signed in the law, because there's no time to waste. That's from additional Wasi in the corridor. Finally, we have good morning, Rose, and for me, nobody should be deceived on the signing of electoral transmission bill. The signing is cajole, deceit, hoax, and the Ankara style of dubious electoral process to defraud, steal, and cart away the election materials. I bet every Nigerian come a week to 2027 elections, Nigeria should be expecting a serious man-made breaking down on telecom and electricity to derail the process in order to fulfill their evil desires. Market Anderson from Itoki. Thank you so much for your messages this morning. Yes, Rose, over to you. Hi, Rose. Can you hear me?
I think our network
is frozen, yes. Okay, let's just go ahead. I mean, we've had quite we've seen varied responses from our newspaper family, and yeah, everybody with themselves. Okay, let's see if we can go to the next headline this morning. That is, and ICPC detains El-Rufai over ongoing investigation. So this week, El-Rufai had voluntarily gone to the EFCC and said, look, I got nothing to hide. And they are like, no, sir, you do have quite a few things to hide. And then afterward, he was released. Then the DSS arrested him. As he was coming out of it, they arrested him. And now he's with the ICPC over, there's ongoing investigations happening with him. They're not disclosing, the nature of the investigations, but we shall know that he's there. Sumba, what are your thoughts on this whole El-Rufai situation? Because all this happened because he came out about the thallium. Hi, Rose, you're back.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about it. My network went off. I didn't even notice. So yeah, just to look at what's going on with El-Rufai, quickly before we move on.
Yeah.
I would just say, Simba, let's get your thoughts on this because they are moving El-Rufai from one place to another. Now there are two things that is going on here. First, I think it was about the tapping of the phone that he said so to over the tapping of Ribado's phone where he overheard that was going to be arrested.
Yeah.
That actually aggravated the issue. And now they're going back to look at misappropriation of funds, or rather alleged diversion of funds that, to the amount of 223 billion naira of public funds in Kaduna State. Now,
Uh-oh. But I think somebody you get the gist of it.
Yeah,
during his tenure,
Oh,
this
she's back.
actually
major
happened.
problem.
So there
Okay.
was just a lot of things that that happened during that particular going in and out. But just maybe let's have your thoughts on this because one will want to say that is it because he's no longer in APC? Is it because he's no longer close to Tinubu and all of that? And we know how their fallout came. So is this a or it is just the whole political thing just happening?
All right. I think that first and foremost, the primary problem of El-Rufai is that he talks too much. It talks too much.
Actually,
Yeah,
all
that's
of them talk too much.
No,
what
he's
is that one?
in
He
a
own too
class
much,
of
I
his
know.
own.
Yes.
He's in a class of his own. He talks too much, and he talks from a position of I know it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he talks, with a degree of arrogance. Look, he's a man that when you hear him, he's a very intelligent human being. I saw something, I think it was yesterday or the day before, somebody had brought out excerpts from his popular book, The Accidental Public Servant, and how General Basanjo had said to him that he had three issues. He's intelligent. His face also shows that he's intelligent, and then his talk also, shows that he's intelligent, and he would draw a lot of, hatred from people around him. Whatever that is, that's some form of or Passanjo's own view. But the truth of the matter is, it is said that nobody can quote silence. So if I'm silent, you can't quote me. It was absolutely unnecessary for him to have said, is it NSO now, Ribadu's phone was tapped. I mean, a man of his status, a man of his, literacy, a man of whatever, he's got everything. That was a very flippant statement to have made because he has not only endangered himself, he has endangered whosoever it was who tapped it. I don't know who tapped the phone. I don't know if in the course of the investigation they will find out. Well, I think that if he's a mature human being, he would never disclose, that personality. But if for any reason that personality is found out, you are putting the person in trouble because it's a criminal offense. So there was I sat down and watched that interview live. There was absolutely no reason for it. Now, secondly, is the fact that his original sin, in court, it was misappropriation of what do you call it? State funds.
Funds.
It was said that some 400 and something billion had been taken by him and all of that. And I remember, at the onset of that allegation, the man came out and just laughed it off and said the entire budget of Kaduna State was not up to the amount he was being accused of stealing. And so, I mean, if the budget was 100 million and you come out and say, I've stolen 500 million, it means that after stealing the 100 million, I must have fabricated the remaining 400. So there's something about that. But in Nigeria, we know the way we roll. We understand how the cookie crumbles in this nation, politically. Everybody, you and I know that had El-Rufai become a minister in this cabinet, nobody will be bringing up all these things. So, of course, everybody, permit me to say every idiot, if possible, in Nigeria, knows that it's more of a political, witch hunting. Is El-Rufai the only one? All the people in government are Fabio. You should, in a country that is, that is all right upstairs, should Akpabio be close to any government seat? Don't we know the allegations under when he was the chairman of the NDDC? Didn't we see it play out on the TV off your mind? Excuse me. So for me, it's double standards. It is double standard. And let's all talk about it. It's not going to lead anywhere. El-Rufai is not going to be convicted. El-Rufai is not going to be tried. El-Rufai is not going to be jailed. So all of this is drama for you people. It's drama, and it is, diversion of attention from more critical issues. So let's watch we watch their own video. We watch their scene 1 act where the episode 1 scene 10. Excuse me.
When I saw all of these things in my mind, and that's why, Fumi said at the end of the day, Sumbo said at the end of the day, you will not see any conviction, you will not see anything. They won't charge you with anything or nothing. It's all drama, and then it's just.
We have governors who were accused of the same thing and have become senators.
Because at the end of the day, why is he willingly bringing himself, giving himself?
Something is fishy.
After hearing that you're going to be arrested.
No, the guy understands.
After hearing that you're going to be arrested, because
that this is a game where okay, let's go there, let's play.
Hey, let me look my last.
Who is going to send him to jail? Now only him will come. Now only, do you understand? So he's there. That's why El-Rufai is the way he is. He's daring them. And then look, let me tell you something else that we might not have considered. These people know themselves. You understand? I'm a thief, you're a robber.
Yeah, they know where all the bodies are buried. They do.
You pull my string, I pull yours. You pull my one way, I pull yours several ways. Okay, is that the way you want to go? Okay, let's go there. That's what is playing out here. They don't have what it takes to convict the man or anybody for them. No politician has what it takes, to send anybody to jail on all of these issues. They're all rogues.
Okay, so for me, I think this will just wrap it up for today.
Yes. I mean, my thing would be to say that, please, if you are doing friendship or business with anybody, be careful of the bodies you are burying with your friend. May they not come, they use them against you in future. Because if somebody knows that, look, even if you arrest me now and even take me to jail, I will still come up on top. Be careful of your association with such people. Be careful. And unfortunately, in all of these things that we're hearing, I'm not hearing about Nigerians, the lives of Nigerians, how this affects Nigerians. Nobody's thinking about the greater good. Nobody's thinking about citizens. They're thinking about, if I enter this way, if they do, I feel come back as senator. Next time I feel do presidential election. It's just so ridiculous. Anyway, yes.
Nigerian lives don't matter.
Unfortunately. Anyway, we have come to the end of the Daily News Review this morning. Very, very interesting day. Thank you so much, Sumo, for always coming with passion and fire and calling it what it is. You're not calling a spade a spoon that they used to eat. Is a spade. That's what it is. So we thank
you. A pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming.
To anchor the show with you guys, ladies.
Yes.
Day and
you too. And today we have Leah Sharibu's abduction is 8 years today. So is it 12 o'clock, Rose? We will be having an interview, talking about Leah Sharibu, like what is I don't even know what to say, because what the country still doing? We still have kids that are still in custody. In abduction from all the states in Nigeria, and we're still talking about Leah Sharibu from 8 years ago. When will we find light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know, but stick around with us on Women Radio to listen to the conversation, to be part of the conversation. 9 o'clock is the news, 9:05 is Her Lens with Rose. And yeah, do have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Shout out to Benjamin, Miriam, everyone who has produced us this morning. Do have a lovely day.